Elon Musk's financial ties to China and their influence on U.S. policy decisions. The recent U.S. government funding bill negotiations have revealed a disturbing intersection of corporate interests, foreign influence, and national security vulnerabilities, with Elon Musk at the center of the controversy. Musk's extensive financial ties to China and his dependence on maintaining favorable relations with the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, have raised serious concerns about conflicts of interest that may undermine American national security. Musk, as the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, operates multiple manufacturing facilities in China, including plants for electric vehicles, batteries, and self-driving technology. These ventures make him the only major U.S. automaker with such a large-scale presence in China. While this global expansion has propelled Musk's companies to new heights, it has also placed him in a position where Chinese government approvals are critical for his operations, making him susceptible to Beijing's influence. This dependence became alarmingly evident during the government funding negotiations in Congress. The bipartisan bill, designed to prevent a government shutdown, initially included provisions to restrict American investments in Chinese technologies, particularly those related to artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and military-grade systems. These measures aim to safeguard U.S. national security by preventing American dollars from enhancing China's military capabilities. However, these critical provisions were ultimately stripped from the final version of the bill, allegedly under pressure exerted by Musk. Musk's opposition to these measures is believed to be driven by his reliance on Chinese infrastructure and resources for Tesla and his artificial intelligence ventures. Critics argue that Musk prioritized his business interests over U.S. national security, leveraging his influence to protect Chinese investments and operations. Adding to the controversy, Musk has faced accusations of directly aiding China in ways that compromise American allies. Reports indicate that he disabled Starlink coverage over Taiwan, allegedly at the request of the Chinese government. This move potentially undermined Taiwan's defense capabilities, raising alarms about Musk's willingness to comply with Beijing's demands to safeguard his business interests. To understand the extent of China's control over Musk's ventures, it's crucial to recognize the structure of China's economy. As a sovereign wealth state, China exercises ownership and control over its major industries, including technology and manufacturing. Foreign companies operating in China must adhere to stringent regulations and oversight, often ceding partial control to Chinese entities. This creates a precarious situation for companies like Tesla, whose operations can be shut down or seized by the Chinese government at any moment. Musk's alignment with Chinese interests has broader implications for U.S. policymaking. Critics argue that his influence extends beyond business and into the political sphere, where he has reportedly lobbied lawmakers to weaken restrictions on Chinese investments. By leveraging his status as a billionaire and high-profile entrepreneur, Musk has been accused of shaping U.S. policy to align with his financial interests, even at the expense of national security. This influence became apparent during the government funding negotiations, where Musk publicly criticized the bipartisan bill, citing concerns about wasteful spending and pork-barrel projects. However, many analysts believe this criticism served as a smokescreen to obscure his true objective, eliminating provisions that restricted U.S. investments in Chinese technologies. This maneuver not only safeguarded Musk's operations in China, but also highlighted the vulnerabilities of the U.S. legislative process to corporate and foreign influence. Musk's actions have drawn comparisons to historical examples of business magnates exerting outsized influence over government policy. Critics point to figures like Joe Kennedy, who was appointed as the first head of the Securities and Exchange Commission despite his controversial business dealings. However, Musk's influence appears to extend even further, raising concerns about the privatization of policy decisions and the erosion of democratic safeguards. The implications of Musk's ties to China extend beyond economic interests to questions of geopolitical stability. China's strategic focus on dominating emerging technologies, including AI and quantum computing, poses a direct challenge to U.S. leadership in these critical areas. By enabling continued investments in Chinese technology, Musk's actions may inadvertently strengthen China's position while weakening America's competitive edge. This situation also underscores the broader issue of American corporations prioritizing profits over national interests. Musk's business model relies heavily on global markets, particularly China, where production costs are lower and infrastructure is more advanced. However, this dependence creates vulnerabilities that can be exploited by foreign governments to influence U.S. policies and compromise national security. Lawmakers from both parties have expressed concerns about these developments, with figures like Senator Marco Rubio advocating for stricter controls on outbound investments to China. Rubio's proposals align with President Biden's efforts to bolster domestic chip manufacturing and reduce reliance on foreign technologies. However, these initiatives face significant resistance from corporate interests and lobbyists, highlighting the challenges of balancing economic growth with national security. The broader context of Musk's influence includes his relationship with former President Donald Trump, who has been accused of fostering close ties with China for personal and financial gain. Musk's support for Trump, including substantial financial contributions, has fueled speculation about the role of corporate interests in shaping foreign policy decisions. Critics argue that Musk's actions reflect a troubling trend of billionaires using their wealth and influence to manipulate political outcomes. Musk's rise to power has also coincided with the growing influence of technology giants in global politics. As companies like Tesla and SpaceX expand their reach, they increasingly operate as quasi-governmental entities, wielding significant control over infrastructure, communications, and defense systems. This shift raises fundamental questions about accountability and the role of private corporations in shaping public policy. In response to these concerns, advocates have called for stronger regulations to limit corporate influence and protect national security. Proposals include stricter oversight of foreign investments, enhanced transparency requirements, and measures to prevent conflicts of interest. Additionally, lawmakers have emphasized the need to invest in domestic technologies to reduce reliance on foreign resources and maintain a competitive edge. Despite these efforts, the influence of figures like Musk continues to shape the political landscape. His ability to mobilize public opinion through social media and financial contributions underscores the challenges of regulating corporate power in a democratic system. Critics warn that without meaningful reforms, the U.S. risks further erosion of its national security and economic independence. As the debate over Musk's influence unfolds, it highlights the broader struggle to balance economic growth with national security. While Musk's innovations have driven technological advancements, his ties to China and ability to shape policy decisions raise serious ethical and strategic concerns. Addressing these challenges will require a coordinated effort from lawmakers, regulators, and the public to ensure that American interests remain protected in an increasingly complex global landscape.